Hello, my name is Aaron. My speech will be on Tennessee Williams and his works. Tennessee Williams was born in 1911. He had a difficult relationship with his father, and his parents had a difficult relationship with each other. Williams himself stated that it was just a wrong marriage, and that the disagreements between his parents caused significant hardship in his early life. Nevertheless, his domestic situation served as an inspiration for future works, including many of the characters that he would utilize in future plays. Tennessee started writing very early. Many of his earlier plays failed completely up until Glass Menagerie, which he'd been writing for some time, opened in Broadway, which was his first widely successful play. Afterwards, he submitted many successful plays that made him quite wealthy, although he wasn't always completely happy with his new life of wealth, preferring the humble lifestyle he was used to in New Orleans. Tennessee Williams is an expert of what I like to call cruel slice of life. The plays all deal with familiar and relatable domestic themes, at least for the time that they were written. Many of them feature people in impoverished or middle-class households with poor domestic situations. He wrote numerous plays like this, all dealing with highly controversial themes for the time, including feminism, the patriarchy, violence, and domestic abuse, among others. He used familiarity and warm relatability to sell very serious social narratives. Streetcar Named Desire, for example, had a very warm and hospitable beginning that ended with a horrific end and an impactful message at the end. In addition, many of his characters came from varied backgrounds. Some were poor and had nowhere to go, such as Stella from Streetcar Named Desire, and yet many others came from very wealthy backgrounds, such as Blanche. This may have tied in with his own life experience with both poverty and wealth, and how he disliked his life of wealth once he achieved it. Tennessee Williams' works were highly controversial, and thus would have had a significant impact on his audience. Streetcar Named Desire, in particular, had numerous feminist themes and messages that would have shifted at least a few viewers to that social ideology, and in the early 1900s, a period of such significant cultural and ethnic upheaval would have moved thousands of viewers with his writing. His works are also very emotionally impactful. Most of his plays are very moving, especially those more relatable ones, and would have had a significant impact on the audience, making it much easier to convey his themes of abuse and domestic violence. Victims or witnesses of said violence are easily able to relate to the play's context, and thus the play evokes a more powerful emotional response. On the other hand, people who have never experienced such tragedy in their lives would ideally have their perspectives widened by viewing Tennessee's works. Overall, the cold, hard social commentaries behind Tennessee Williams' seemingly warm and relatable work would have had a major impact in the early 1900s, when the country was undergoing many social, racial, and economic changes.